Who has a higher attack stat out of all these Pokemon? Isn't it Kyogre? I'm gonna strength stat my own Kyogre actually. YouTube, today we're trying out a brand new team, and this team did really well, I believe, at the last Japan Nationals qualifier with Jellicent, with a Trick Room team with Whimsicott Worry Seed. I don't know if we're going to be able to showcase all the tricks on this team, but we'll see how it goes. If you do enjoy the videos, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below, really does help me out. I want to check out the details of the team and the creator down below in the description, and you can grab the rental code on your screen while it's available. But let's get started and play some games. Zacian, Groudon, Urshifu, Regieleki, Grimmsnarl, Charizard. A very, very potentially frightening matchup. However, we have a few things that they have to consider. Am I bringing in Incineroar here? I kind of like Jellicent. Water Spout under Trick Room actually seemed really funny, and is actually very possible for me to sweep with that too. I think I'm actually going to go with the Whimsicott and Kyogre mode here. I actually really do like it. And then in the back, I kind of like my Calyrex, Ice Rider, and Jellicent. Yeah, I actually really like this because they don't have a Gastrodon, so I can actually just Tailwind and Water Spout. I can also just Trick Room and Water Spout, and I'm kind of really liking the Trick Room Water Spout idea here. Really just bluffing the Tailwind mode right here with the Whimsicott plus Kyogre, and make them really target maybe the Kyogre aggressively here. And if they target the Kyogre aggressively, I just get a free Trick Room off of my Whimsicott, and Calyrex Ice Rider comes in. I could even just go for Water Spout plus Trick Room and sacrifice like one of these, because I either get a big Water Spout off, which they don't take well at all, or I get the Trick Room where Calyrex Ice Rider just sweeps at that point. So I feel very comfortable about this. There are only like a few, I think, awkward leads that could happen here. Not really that worried about the Urshifu. I could be though, like Urshifu could be scary, but overall I don't think it's going to be a big problem. It's kind of weird seeing the double dark here with like, wait, oh, the Urshifu's over in Incineroar. I don't think it's water Urshifu. It should be dark Urshifu here. The fact that they have Urshifu Grimmsnarl is actually a weird combination for me here, but we're gonna see the Groudon Urshifu. Okay, this is actually all right. This is actually pretty ideal here, where I actually might just Tailwind Water Spout instead right here. I might just Tailwind Water Spout instead. We are going to be seeing the Drought activate first, and I will get the Rain Up. And like, I think their first instinct here would be, oh, you're gonna go for Tailwind here and a Water Spout right here, right? And I could do that. Like, it's not even that bad of an option here. Do I? Oh wait, I don't have Tailwind. I thought I had backup Tailwind here. Okay. U-turn's not a bad option. U-turn isn't a bad option. That's actually kind of weird. I mean, I could Dynamax. There's really nothing wrong with Dynamaxing here, the Kyogre, and just going for Trick Room. You know what? I will go for the Dynamax. I'm gonna Trick Room here. And do I want to Dynamax, or do I just want to click Spout? Because they might play, I feel like if they play defensive, they're like so far behind. You know what? I'm gonna click Geyser into the Urshifu. I'm clicking Geyser and Urshifu. They're gonna retreat to Groudon, which makes sense. They don't have a good switch in though. Zacian, that was not a switch, but okay. I want to bring the Urshifu to Sash if possible. Like, if I can bring the Urshifu to Sash, I get a free U-turn momentum here, and I think that's really good. So let's see what my opponent's gonna do, because I mean, I could have just nuked the Zacian turn one. I probably should have just taken the Zacian right here, but I mean, getting the Sash on the Urshifu isn't bad either for the U-turn. So let's see what my opponent's gonna do afterward. So, because I could also Hailstorm if I want to, and there's a lot of things I could actually go for here. We're gonna see what Sucker Punch. Oh, they thought I was gonna Tailwind Water Spout. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, Life Orb or Urshifu. Okay then. We do get the Max Geyser off into the Urshifu, so Urshifu is going down here. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, really good, really good. And I think next I want to damage in the Zacian. So Urshifu's gone, one of my threats to Calyrex Ice Rider, and now this upcoming turns, I just don't see a reason why I don't just like click the Geyser into the the Zacian here. But we are going to see the Groudon come out. Not too surprising here. The only thing is, like, man, Worry Seed would be so nice here if it worked for the... It works for the sleep moves. It'd be really nice if I could, like, turn off the weather with it, but Helping Hand is an option. I could Helping Hand Max Geyser. I could U-turn here. I'm considering U-turn, but do I need U-turn? I mean, U-turn isn't a bad play, because getting in Jellicent right here is actually pretty solid. I think they would probably max Quake here with the Groudon and do something with the Zacian. I'm probably just going to U-turn to Groudon, actually. Yeah, I'm going to U-turn to Groudon. I'm going to Max Geyser. Who do I want to target? I kind of want to target Zacian. Yeah, I'm going to target Zacian. Because, like, Groudon's checked by Calyx Ice Rider. We're going to see the Groudon retreat here, actually. Okay, into the Regieleki. So, that's pretty solid for me. Like, that's really solid for me, actually. What are they doing with the Zacian? They're attacking with Zacian. Okay. Like, I don't need Kyogre to win this endgame. Max Geyser does so much damage to that Zacian. Jeez, okay. I think the combination of Jellicent plus the Calyx Ice Rider and Trick Room will win now. I don't see how they're stopping me from accomplishing that. We do get the U-turn off in the Eleki, so if it's a Sash Eleki, goodbye to your Focus Sash. And we're going hard Jellicent here. Hard Jellicent's always the play. So hard Jellicent here. And then let's see what else they can do, because Water Spout plus Glacial Lance is really going to hurt their team. Like, they don't have swaps at all. We're gonna see Behemoth Blade come out probably into, I'd imagine this is Kyogre, maybe it could be into Whimsicott, but either way I think it's okay. They do target the Kyogre. The Kyogre does survive, right? Yep. And you know what? This is still really solid for me at the end of the day. Let me see my speed tiers. I'm min speed. Okay, so if they switch in Groudon, I technically take the damage immediately. I do want a Water Spout here. And I feel like the best play is just to target down the Eleki regardless here. I feel like the best place to max guard with the Eleki. I feel like it is, but if they attack with Eleki, try to switch into Groudon, it's a really detrimental position. So I'd rather just go, yeah, I don't think I want to lose to that. Even though I think the Eleki max guard is like such a realistic play here, I don't think I can afford the Groudon coming in and Eleki attacking. Which isn't terrible, but yeah, we already see the Zacian retreat is going to be into the ground. I do get a big Water Spout off in the ground, and I do get a pretty big hit off into the Eleki at least. So all of these Pokemon are in range of Glacial Lance, and there is a chance that they might max guard on the last turn Trick Room, and I could double Trick Room potentially. We're gonna see. Okay, they don't Dynamax at all. I get a free Water Spout up. I'm confused on this one here. Maybe they thought I was targeting the Zacian right there with a double up, but a Max Geyser is going to be able to KO the Eleki right here. And I think I just click Spout with my Jellicent and my Kyogre. What do you want to do? Because realistically, I could do a lot of things with the Kyogre here. Well, I guess it's just click Spout or click Blizzard. It's one of the two. I think I'm probably clicking Blizzard here, but I mean, do I have to? How much damage did I do to Groudon? I did a good amount to the Groudon with the Spout. I'm in rain too. I probably don't knock out an Assault Vest Groudon though at the range it's at, unless I hit the Blizzard. If I hit the Blizzard, the game's over. And I mean actually over. So, might be worth. Oh, there's 2 turns of Trick Room left. No, I think they're actually screwed. Yeah, I'm going to click Water Spout and I'm clicking Blizzard. Water Spout should get the Zacian since I'm at full HP. And the Blizzard, if I connect, I just win. They go for a Protect with Groudon. Okay, so it's not Assault Vest. Okay. I mean, this is fine, right? Yeah, this is fine. This could get a little bit awkward, I guess. But, I mean, they're really relying on, like, multiple double Protects right here. I mean, I could still lose that game. So, I guess I have to Water Spout here, and I want Kyogre in because it's just not doing anything. I think I go into my... I think I go out into Whimsicott here. Yeah, I go into Whimsicott here. Because if they attempt to double Protect here and they actually get it, then I could Trick Room with Whimsicott and they're forced to either Blades or let me get Trick Room off again. So, or Jellicent just gets a big powerful Water Spout off, and I think that's still a really good position for me. So at the end of the day, I think this is still very, very fine. Let's just see. Hopefully, ideally they don't get the double Protect on the Zacian. I just win here by clicking Water Spout, but let's find out. We are going to see. Looks like they finally maxed here to Groudon. Okay, I could have went for the Blizzard here, but it's all right. It's all right. It just really depends. Does the Zacian get the double here? Because if the Zacian gets the double here, oh boy, yeah, that's not great for me. But it also depends on who the Groudon targets. But I'm assuming they're targeting down into Jellicent after they saw me clicking Blizzard. And they got... Oh, they went for Quick Attack. Oh, that actually works out huge for me. Okay, so I guarantee knock out the Zacian with the Water Spout here. And yeah, that seals it. That seals it. Okay. Really, really solid. Jellicent, Water Spout, Kyogre under Trick Room. You know, if there's anything that's harder to switch into a Water Spout from Kyogre, how about 2 Water Spouts and 1 from a Jellicent? I mean, it's not as powerful, but it still does a lot of damage. Came up for Rockfall there. Interesting. Instead of the Quake. They probably do knock me out with a Quake here, but regardless, like, the damage is just not enough. I think I go... No, I just Strength Sap here to Groudon and I Trick Room. I mean, I have like multiple ways to win this, I suppose. I just Strength Sap here. I'm gonna Trick Room. Is there anything? I mean, Trick Room is just fine here, realistically. I mean, I just... If they attack the Jellicent, I get Trick Room up, Calyx Ice Rider just wins. If they target the Whimsicott, pick up the knockout, I get the Strength Sap off, and then I get Calyx next to Jellicent. I click Water Spout, Glacial Lance. They can't win the game. So yeah, regardless, they just really didn't have anything for the combination. And yeah, like they were a really hyper offensive version of Groudon Zacian, but I was able to do a lot of work. If they were the defensive version, my Jellicent would have gone in with the Energy Ball potentially into that Gastrodon switch potentially, but no Gastrodon swap. All I had to do was click Spout then, and once I was under Trick Room, the Spout just really hurt them overall. So really happy about how the game went overall, and I was just able to do some pretty big damage to them in the beginning, and yeah, they just couldn't really pivot around. That's how important Gastrodon is to that kind of composition. But yeah, they just didn't have any switches to Geyser or Spout. This is one crazy team of Thundurus, Entei, Groudon, Whimsicott, Eternatus, and the Togekiss. All right, this is one heck of a team. Calyx Ice Rider, of course, absolutely amazing. They don't have good answers to it. Can I get Trick Room up is the question. Probably. I'm gonna go with Porygon. Could be nice, but it's also kind of weird against the Togekiss, so I'm kind of leaning away from it. Incineroar just doesn't do much here other than intimidate the Groudon. It really doesn't do anything, so I want to leave it behind. I actually want to go with like Kyogre plus the Whimsicott lead, and then I definitely want Ice Rider for sure, and I think Jellicent's a really good option because Strength Sapping these Pokemon's attack stat, getting recovery is pretty important. And I think it's a really nice backup Trick Room on and a good Pokemon in case Kyogre goes down early to help me out against the Entei, which is the biggest threat to my Calyx Ice Rider. Like, Calyx Ice Rider is such a huge threat to them. And I kind of wonder if they would know this team, because I'd be able to go for the Trick Room here with the Whimsicott and get the Kyogre into a fantastic position. Let's see if they are going to respect it, though, because if they don't respect the Whimsicott right here, they will lose the game probably to my Kyogre. Let's see. I could also, like, depending on who they lead, I could also try to reposition this as well. There's like a lot of ways I could reposition this board, depending on what they lead. Because if they lead Thundurus, it's not easy. It's Groudon Whimsicott, actually. Okay. Groudon Whimsicott into Kyogre plus the Whimsicott here. Who's faster? Probably their Groudon? Yep, their Groudon's faster. Okay. Do you expect a Trick Room or not? Because I just want to click Blizzard. I kind of just want to click Blizzard. I actually do just want to click Blizzard. It's kind of crazy, but I don't think they're staying in with the Groudon. Well, they don't have a switch. That's the thing, too. They don't exactly have a good switch. Would you Moonblast Fire move into my Whimsicott? No, Tail and Water Spout would destroy you, and I mean destroy you. I'm going to go for a Blizzard. You know what? I'm going to go for a Blizzard. I'm going to go for a Trick Room. If this is eject button worse, eject button, I think that's fine. Like, switch or eject button is okay here. I'm going to Trick Room and I'm going to click Blizzard. You know what? I know offer. Locking in. This could be... Okay, they E-ball my Whimsicott. All right. They didn't Dynamax at all. Where are you going for? He crashed. This is in the rain, but Whimsicott's pretty light, so I'm probably going down here. Oh, no. I am not going down. Never mind. Blizzard. I missed a Whimsicott, unfortunate, but I do hit the Groudon, so that's some pretty big damage here into the Groudon. Huge damage, actually. And I'm able to get a Trick Room off. Nice. Okay, Citrus Berry. Okay. I don't want them having Encore. I don't know if they have Trick Room themselves. This is probably the ideal position here where I can click Water Spout under the rain. I wasn't sure if they were going to click Blades here or like Quake as a last ditch effort, but yeah, this is a pretty ideal position. I'm going to go out into my Jellicent here, or do I want to go out in Calyx Ice Rider? Probably my Calyx Ice Rider. I kind of like the Jellicent here. The reason I like Jellicent a bit more is because I don't know if there's going to be any swaps for my opponent's Groudon right here, which I could definitely see now, but we'll find out. Or they might just stay in, which is perfectly fine. I just want to avoid the Encore. They protect the Groudon, which is actually really ideal, okay? And is this Trick Room for the Whimsicott? That's my biggest question. If it's Energy Ball, that's completely fine. But if it's Trick Room, it's not exactly ideal here. I do get the Water Spout off. It is Focus Sash. Are you Trick Room on the Whimsicott? This is a big question. I don't know. Oh, it is. Okay. Should be okay though. I'm actually gonna go for a Water Spout and a Trick Room here. That kind of stings. I tried to set up Trick Room, but it's still very possible for me to set up Trick Room here. Energy Ball Blades is gonna hurt, but I think I should survive with Jellicent at least. They target the Kyogre, I can just spout again. Okay, so it's not Encore in the Whimsicott. Encore was kind of like a bit more popular in the Japan national scene, so that's why I was a little bit scared of it. Energy Ball into Jellicent. They didn't Dynamax though. Okay. This should be physically defensive Jellicent, so I should live one, I want to say. Blades, we do survive with both. Okay, cool. A Water Spout going to come out, and goodbye Whimsicott, and goodbye Groudon. Was that a crit, or I guess that's just the power of life for Kyogre? Yeah, that's just the power of life for Kyogre. Okay, so not exactly ideal, but I mean, I got a fresh Trick Room off, and I'm still in a really good spot. Because now they don't have anything that's slow realistically. I can Strength Sap to heal my Jellicent off. So this is not a bad spot. Now let's see who they bring out. Also, Ice Rider is going to be really good when it comes in. Eternatus is revealed, so don't really have to worry about that mon. And we're going to see the Togekiss. Okay, this is really good actually. I'm going to click Blizzard. You know what? I'm clicking Blizzard. Actually, it's funny. Their only Pokemon that can Dynamax is Togekiss right here. And Glacial Lance is going to destroy them. I am going to Blizzard here, and I'm going to Strength Sap the... I guess... who am I Strength Sapping? What is the higher attack stat out of all these Pokemon? Isn't it Kyogre? I'm going to Strength Sap my own Kyogre, actually. Because I might as well Strength Sap my own Kyogre, because A, these Pokemon could protect to stall out a turn of Trick Room, and then I get the healing back with Jellicent anyway. B, I think it's like literally the most HP I can get is by Strength Sapping my own Kyogre. I might as well just go for it. The Strength Sap here, no Dynamax, interesting. So we lower our attack on our Kyogre, but we gain back a lot of health. And they attacked with both Blizzard. It does miss the Togekiss. Okay, I would have liked to hit that Pokemon more than the Eternatus, but this is still okay. A big damage to the Eternatus, and we're gonna see what from the Togekiss here. A Dazzling Gleam. Okay, so Dazzling Gleam plus Dynamax Cannon. Doesn't even KO. Oh, it has Recover. That's an interesting one there. Okay. So Recover on the Eternatus. Okay, so that... Oh, it's Black Sludge too. What the heck? Wait. Did I just nuke it then? I'm going to try and nuke it. Because I think Eternatus just goes down to Water Spout plus a Blizzard here. If I hit the Blizzard. They protect Togekiss, okay? If I hit Blizzard here on the Eternatus, they're screwed. Like, they're actually screwed. Wait, it's Recover Protect? Not expecting this one. Okay. That's all right here. That's a really interesting set here. Okay. I kind of... Rain stops, so my thunder is like really inaccurate. Okay, if I miss a few attacks, this could get a little bit ugly, I suppose. Turn to Trick Room left. Should be fine though. I'm clicking Blizzard 100%. My Whimsicott is still around. Helping Hand Lance is going to be like a pretty big thing. I'm going to click... I guess Blizzard Spout? Or do I Strength Sap? I could Strength Sap, but it doesn't change anything. Actually, no. I'd probably want the free swap here. So I'm just going to click Water Spout and Blizzard. I'd rather just get the free swap here. If they don't get Protects, they get punished by the Water Spout. Yeah, this should be fine. Because Helping Hand Lance is probably a better position. So I'm able to get a Water Spout off. I get some decent damage off into both. The Blizzard's going to be the key one here. Let's see if I land one. Please tell me I land one at least. Okay, I missed the Eternatus. That's fine. They're probably recovering anyway. I get the big damage in the Kiss though. Okay, that's really good. Okay. So Kyogre goes down here. The Eternatus is going to go for whatever it wants to. Probably Recover, Dazzling Gleam. I disable the Curse Body. That's kind of nice. And they Dynamax Cannon. Okay, perfectly fine. I guess this last turn, I mean, I still think that Dynamax I think Dynamax just wins, right? Actually, I disabled a cursed body. That makes this endgame so much safer for me, actually. Yeah, that makes this endgame so much safer, I think. So I go out into the Calyx Ice Rider. I go out into my Whimsicott. Actually, no, this is probably still the same position, realistically. I just go for help. No, this is fine. I go for Helping Hand plus Glacial Lance here. He probably double protect. That's okay. Yeah, that's okay here. And then next turn, I go for the Hailstorm and the Trick Room attempt. Yeah, that should work here. So I'm going to go for Glacial Lance. I'm going to go for a Helping Hand here. Because they also have to call if I'm going to go for a double Trick Room. They saw I had Trick Room on the Whimsicott. I think they want to assume I have Trick Room on the Calyx Ice Rider too. So this is kind of a weird spot for them. Even if they get the double protect off here this time, it's okay here. Because then I think I just Dynamax and I Trick Room and it's still a really safe spot. And if they commit really hard to, they just lose the game. Because I don't have to go for double Trick Room. It would seal the game technically if I read the double protect here. But I just don't. I feel like it's super unnecessary and not like they need a lot here because that cursed body is actually going to be so big on the Eternatus. The Dynamax can is not doing as much here. So Helping Hand going to come out. No max here. I'm actually surprised because I thought Togekiss would max here. A Togekiss going to protect. I guess this has to be a double protect. All right. Yeah, I could have ended the game right here. I still think it's like completely safe in the long term though, because now I just go for a Hailstorm. I go for the Eternatus slot and I go for the Trick Room with the Whimsicott here. And then I'm in this super safe spot because I'm pretty sure Hailstorm should just obliterate this Eternatus here. And yeah, so we're going to go for the Hailstorm here. We're going to go for the Hailstorm into the Eternatus. We're going to go for... I go for a Helping Hand here. I feel like a Hailstorm just nukes the Eternatus. But maybe I'm wrong. I think Trick Room's probably okay here. Let's see. I guess if I get Flamethrower burned by the Eternatus, Helping Hand is a better call. Actually, I think I should have Helping Hand because I think... Since they don't have the option to go for like a Dynamax move with Togekiss into a Dynamax cannon from the Eternatus, I think they have to go for like the KO and the Whimsicott here. They're not Dynamaxing at all. What? Okay, no Dynamax at all. That's actually very, very interesting here. Okay. So we Dynamax our Calyx. If Togekiss yawns here, do I lose? Well, it depends on who they target with the Eternatus, I suppose. I think I'd still probably win the endgame, but we'll see. Flamethrower into the Whimsicott, okay? Does this yawn? This might be a yawn. If it's yawn, I can understand, but this Hailstorm should nuke the Eternatus right here. It is yawn, okay. Dang, you know what the play was? It was to Worry Seed my own thing. I thought they were going to Dynamax go for the nuke here, but yeah, goodbye Eternatus right here, and... Now the Togekiss has to max guard. I could get unlucky here, I suppose. It's actually not over yet. It depends on how much the Togekiss does. But the thing is... I don't know how much the Togekiss is going to do. It's definitely going to go for a max Starfall here. Or not Starfall. It's going to max guard here and then Starfall. It's kind of not exactly the easiest spot for me. But I mean, I'll have one turn with Dynamax and then the next turn... They have to spend a turn max guarding too. I think I just got to get... extremely unlucky with sleep turns. I might have messed this game up though. I thought it was really good for me, but the yawn option, I didn't really consider it as much here because I was like so committed to like, oh, Togekiss is going to Dynamax. It's going to be like Dynamax cannon stuff. It gets a little bit awkward, but yeah, they are going to make their best play here. They're finally going to Dynamax the Togekiss. Better late than never, I suppose. But this is going to be really crucial, like how many turns of sleep am I taking? Because if I take 2 or 3, I think I'm done actually. So it also depends on how much the actual damage from Togekiss is, because Calyx Ice Rider is a bulky Pokemon, and this Togekiss I don't think is very offensive right here. So we do fall asleep here. So this is one turn. So we're gonna go for a star. We're gonna go for the attack into Kiss. It's gonna go for a Starfall here. Yeah, so they don't have Air Slash, which is nice. I don't have to worry about Air Slash in upcoming turns. A Starfall. That does a lot. Oh, that crit. That's why. Wait, is that crit gonna screw my numbers over? It probably is. It probably is. Okay. Because I feel like without that, oh boy, let's see how much the next Starfall does, I guess. But if Calyx Ice Rider wakes up, we do win the game. But we're going to go for the Lance here. Okay, how much is going to do? I feel like without the crit, I would have been fine to take 2, but let's see. Okay. Oh, we wake up. Actually, no, that was their last starfall. They only got 2 starfalls off, and it's a Dazzling Gleam. So as long as I didn't get the 3 full turns of sleep, I was fine. Okay. Okay. I might have let that slip away a bit. I could have went for Helping Hand. I don't think I ever Helping Hand Glacial Lance on the off chance they do go for the Flamethrower, Burn, and a Calyx. I think it was either Helping Hand or I go for the Worry Seed there, though. I think Trick Room, like, they had to target down. I think they had to target down at that point. They couldn't go for Dynamax crit into Dynamax Cannon crit. So, and I don't think Flamethrower crit into Dynamax move crit into my Calyx Sword to KO'd. So yeah, I do think the Trick Room, like, they knew they had to get rid of Eternatus. I knew that they had to get, or they had to get rid of Whimsicott. I knew they had to get rid of Whimsicott. So I didn't really have to go for the Trick Room right there. So I could have went for Helping Hand, or I could have went for Worry Seed. I think Helping Hand probably covered more bases right there. But overall, yeah, really strong turn 1. Turn 2 could have been a little bit better, I suppose. It could have, yeah, like, definitely being able to hit that Whimsicott, prevent the Trick Room. Luckily, we did get the second Trick Room, though, because they decided not to commit the max into Groudon, actually, which I was actually very surprised about. But overall, it just ended up really working out for us. And yeah, then they kind of Dynamaxed a bit too late. And yeah, they were just put in a really awkward spot. They did stall out more turns than I thought, so maybe I could have gotten hard Calyx Ice Rider at one point in the game. Kyogre, Calyx, Shadow Rider, Kartana, Indeedee, Whimsicott, and the Regieleki. Okay, a Rain offensive team. They don't have the best answers to Trick Room here. That is something I can go for, and most of my team is Trick Room. Don't think I want to bring the do I want to bring the Jellicent? Probably not. I'm thinking of like what I go here. Porygon 2 is really hard for them to handle, actually. I actually kind of like leading Whimsicott plus Porygon 2. It's actually one of the craziest lead combinations out. I kind of want to. I really do want to, actually. I'm going to lead Whimsicott plus Porygon 2. You know what? I'm going to bluff the Trick Room route here. And as long as they're not in Prison Calyx, I should be fine. But most of them aren't on this team, so I should be good here. And I think I'm just going to go with Kyogre plus the Calyx Ice Rider in the back. I think overall, I'm going to play some big mind games here with my opponent on, like, who to go for the taunt on if they lead the Whimsicott, which I'm expecting them to lead Whimsicott. If they lead something like a I don't know, Indeedee plus Kyogre, I should be able to survive and get the Trick Room off with both of my with one of my Pokemon at least. So let's see what they decide to lead here. I'm gonna I think this is the best odds to give me the win here, and they're gonna lead the Indeedee plus the Calyx here. Okay, I feel like Porygon usually survives the combinations, so what do I want to go for here? I probably just want to go for a Trick Room with the Porygon. I'm pretty sure I live Helping Hand, Expanding Force, because I've had this situation happen to me before when I was using that side of the field. So I'm pretty sure I can get the Trick Room off and probably just attack with the Whimsicott here. Maybe just get some damage. We trace the Psychic Surge. Doesn't really change anything right here. We can't trace as one anyway. Let's go for the U-turn. U-turn's actually really weird here, but it will work out for us potentially. Yeah, let's go for the U-turn here. I'm gonna go for the U-turn into the, I want to say U-turn into Indeedee here, or do I want to U-turn to Calyx? I mean, Calyx is the one attacking, right? Actually, do I even want to U-turn? I do want to U-turn, I think. Yeah, I do want to U-turn. I'm gonna target on the Calyx actually, and I'm just gonna Trick Room here. Yeah, I think that's better. Let's see if it's Expanding Force, Helping Hand coming out, which it should be. Expanding Force going to come out. Maybe just double Expanding Force, which is fine too. Should be able to live the combination. As we can see, that does so much damage. Should be the Specs variant confirmed here at this point. We are going to be able to get a U-turn off into the Calyx here. And just in case it was like a Sash Calyx, just being able to get that chip. I think it puts in the Glacial Lance range now. I go out into my Calyx Ice Rider here, and I don't think the Indeedee could do something here. Maybe if it Dynamax, but I don't think Dynamax Max Mindstorm KOs my Porygon here, if I'm not mistaken. But let's see. Gonna be what coming out from the Indeedee here? It's gonna be a Mystical Fire coming out into my Porygon. Okay, I have Foul Play and I don't have any special attacks. So next turn I just recover the damage off. I get the Glacial Lance off, and they can't really do anything the following turns. I guess I could probably Eerie Impulse too. I guess Glacial Lance is probably okay. I mean, Recover is just super safe. It doesn't really, there's no drawbacks. They don't have any switches to it with their team. I might as well. The Calyx is locked into the expanding force anyway. Probably going to swap into maybe Kyogre, but Kyogre is going to take so much damage from this anyway. Anything in the back of their team either gets O-code or gets like 2-shot other than the Kyogre, and the Kyogre is taking like probably like 30% from this Glacial Lance at least right here. So I feel like I'm in a very comfortable spot just to fire off the Glacial Lances. And then what am I doing with the Porygon the following turn? Probably Ear Impulse, even if it's a follow me from Indeedee. I'm thinking Indeedee probably protects here, and the Calyx is just going to swap here in the Kyogre. That would be, I'd say, your most likely play. That's why I was thinking of Ear Impulsing, but ooh, we see a Dynamax instead coming out from the Calyx, it looks like. Okay, so they're gonna Max Phantasm here. But that's okay. They wasted their Dynamax on the Calyx, and I'm completely okay with this actually. As I get a free recover off, I get to go for the Glacial Lance to do a ton of damage, and Water Spout should do a ton of damage to their team afterward. I don't really see any drawbacks right here. We're gonna see a follow me come out from the Indeedee in case I Dynamaxed my Calyx Ice Rider, which makes sense here, as I am going to be able to get a Glacial Lance off, do some very heavy damage to both Pokemon here. Yeah, huge amounts of damage right there, as we are able to get the recover off with our Porygon. And the next turn, Foul Play and a Water Spout should always be super safe. And yeah, I don't really see how they're going to respond here. A Max Phantasm is going to come out from the Calyx into my Calyx, pick up the knockout, but I didn't need Ice Rider to win the game at all. The only thing I'm going to have to keep an eye on is that defense drop on Porygon could be pretty significant in the later parts of the game if it's Kartana as the last mon, but even then I should be okay. A Kyogre is pretty much safe here. I can go for a Foul Play plus a Water Spout here, and it should always be super safe. My only concern is I am taking the Mystical Fire damage, and the special attack drop, but I should still be able to nuke the Shadow Rider here with a Water Spout plus Foul Play combination. I can't really see me not getting the knockout right here, so I am going to go for the Water Spout here and a Foul Play here, and that should be super safe for the most part. It should allow me to always KO the Calyx Shadow Rider. If they go for the follow me, Water Spout should just nuke, and if they go for the Mystical Fire, Foul Play and the Water Spout should KO, and I don't think the Calyx will have a status move unless it has Trick. It could go for it. We're gonna see the Protect here. Is it a Max Guard too? No, it's no Max Guard. Okay, so I do get the Foul Play off into the Calyx plus a Water Spout. Okay, that's pretty ideal here, as I am able to get the Water Spout off into the Calyx, and that's gonna pick up a knockout. So their Dynamax is gone, and my Kyogre again in a very, very comfortable spot here. Probably can just go for a Eerie Impulse Water Spout realistically right here, and it's super safe. The only question is, I guess if I lose Kyogre to like a Thunder from their Kyogre, I guess it could get a little bit awkward, because their Kyogre should be coming out here 100%. I don't see what else comes out here unless they want to go Kartana, but Kartana is getting nuked by Water Spout anyway, so I don't really see that happening here. Is my best play? Wait, hold on. I'm thinking of a play here. It might be crazy, but it could work. Kartana does come out. Okay, no, it's Kartana coming out. Okay, no. Then I should probably just click Water Spout here realistically. I should just click Water Spout here. I'm not mistaken. I mean, it's a Life Orb Water Spout. I can't see myself not getting the knockout into the Kartana with a Life Orb Water Spout. It does so much damage right here. I could actually... I don't think it's Focus Sash. I think it'd be the Assault Vest set if anything. So I think my best play is actually the Water Spout. And you know what? Let's Max Darkness to Indeedee, because I think this is the best play. I think it's Max Darkness plus Water Spout combination, because I think the Kartana is probably going to be that Assault Vest item on this team. I don't really see it being the Sash set on this team. And if I'm able to get the Max Darkness and a Water Spout, I should always just guarantee the KO on Kartana. And this might KO the Indeedee. I actually have no idea if this is going to KO the Indeedee or not, but I gained the Max Darkness off, so that should put us in a really good spot afterward. Let's find out. It is going to be a follow me coming out from Indeedee, which makes sense here. Otherwise, I guess the best play would have been just a Foul Play and go for a Max Attack with my, or Hailstorm, I guess. But yeah, Max Darkness does KO the Indeedee, so Indeedee does go down. Special defense drop in the Kartana, which if it's Focus Sash, I guess I am actually pretty concerned here, because I don't know if I'm beating the Kyogre solo wise. We are able to get a Water Spout off. Let's see. Are you Focus Sash on the Kartana? I didn't think so. Yeah. All right, so Kartana does go down. I imagine it was Focus Sash Whimsicott, so the Kartana goes down, and that should just be a win here at this point. I don't see how they're coming back right here, because now I get a Max Darkness off into their Kyogre. I get to click Thunder afterward, and I should have this game sealed for the most part, I want to say. Let's just go for the Max, especially since this Kyogre generally doesn't carry They don't usually carry Thunder from what I've seen. So yeah, Max Darkness here into Thunder, and Dynamax Porygon too. With only Foul Play is the move, looks like it's going to pay off. They do go for Protect here as a last ditch effort. Okay, I thought about it. I thought about going to Whimsicott here for Tailwind, but thought it was super unnecessary. The Max Darkness is going to come out into the Kyogre right here. A perfectly good amount here. And the rain is, I mean, the rain's going to be up for a bit because the Kyogre came in fresh. So I mean, I guess I just go for a Thunder right here, and I mean, there's like a few plays I could go for. I could go for a double max guard here. I don't really think that's the best play here though. No, I don't think it is. I'm still risking crits anyway. Let's just go for a max. Let's just go for a max lightning here, I guess, and then a max darkness for damage. I mean, I could still lose to the Kyogre if it actually does have Thunder, but I don't think it does. Yeah, we see a Water Spout, so it's probably the Water Spout Ice Beam Origin Pulse, I'd imagine, and we are able to get the Thunder off into Kyogre. This is -1 special defense, so goodbye Kyogre, and that is going to be a good game overall. I thought it was just a really strong position for us once we got Trick Room off, and yeah, like even though Ice Rider didn't get to sweep, we were just able to sweep our Kyogre in the right position. And yeah, that's one of the weaknesses of that hyper offensive team. They don't really have a good way to stop Trick Room. Like their only answer is like Taunt, but on the Whimsicott, maybe reverse Trick Room if they have it, or Imprison. But most of the Calyxes run Specs on that team, so I wasn't really too surprised. And then Porygon just really such a safe option, because the only way you can knock out Porygon is with like a Helping Hand Water Spout or a Helping Hand Max Geyser specifically into Porygon too. It was especially defensive set, and that kind of forces the hand, and that's why I wanted to bring the Whimsicott, because I could have a second Trick Room option depending on what they led there, because it was really important for me, I felt like. So yeah, it really did pay off, and I was able to get Trick Room off, and I was able to get into a position with my offensive sweepers. And that is the show. Jellicent, I feel like here is mainly for Gastrodon. We have like a few anti-Gastrodon techs with the Worry Seed under Trick Room, which is really cool, because Whimsicott is not going to move before Kyogre in Trick Room. But with Worry Seed, you don't have to worry about Storm Drains affecting your Max Geysers if you call it the right slot. You got the Energy Built Gastrodon, which is also really nice. Unfortunately, we just did not face a Gastrodon, but could have been really strong. But Water Spout in the rain, double Water Spout, like switching to 1 is already tough, but 2, oh, that's so not happening. But if you did enjoy today's video, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. Really does help me out. If you want to check out the details of the team and the creator down below in the description, grab the rental code on your screen right here while it's available, and you can check out the rest of my Series 12 content where there's a lot of cool teams and a lot of fun Pokemon. But that's going to be it for me. Have a great day, people, and until we bow again, I'll catch y'all later.